Dear students, in this video we will continue to discuss on the questions which were asked in BSc Part 3 examinations, Chemistry Honours Examination 2019. So one question we did in earlier video, we will continue, and the second question which is important for your examination and were asked in previous year examinations also. One of them is the Beckmann rearrangement. We will learn here in this video about the Beckmann rearrangement. What is the Beckmann rearrangement? How does it carried out? What is the mechanism of this reaction? And what is the synthetic utility for this Beckmann rearrangement reaction? So let us see. Beckmann rearrangement is named reaction which is named after the discoverer of this reaction, and this reaction was discovered by a German chemist, that Ernst Otto Beckmann. And this reaction usually employs the rearrangement, as the name suggests, that Beckmann rearrangement. It involves the rearrangement of the oxime functional group to the substituted amide. So product is amide and reactant is oxime. Oxime undergoes the rearrangement to form the amide, and this rearrangement also been successfully performed several haloamines and nitrones. Beckmann rearrangement is catalyzed by acid. Remember always that this reaction is acid catalyzed reaction or acid catalyzed rearrangement. Various acids have been employed to perform this Beckmann rearrangement reaction, and among these sulfuric acid H2SO4 is most common used in laboratory. But apart from sulfuric acid, tosyl chloride, thionyl chloride, phosphorus pentachloride, others have also been used. So this rearrangement occurs stereo specifically for ketoxenes and chloro and fluoroimines, with migrating group being anti-periplanar to the leaving group on the nitrogen. We will see in the mechanism that how the group is migrating and what is the stereochemical preferences of the migrating group in comparison to the other groups. So you see this is the schematic representation of the reaction. If we have the oxime, and how oxime form, as you all know, it is very characteristic reactions of carbonyl group. If we have aldehyde or ketone, it reacted with hydroxylamine, it formed the oxime functionality. And if we heat this oxime with in presence of acid, we can have an amide, and this is the Beckmann rearrangement reaction. So as you can see here, we have the oxime in the reactant. You see here NOH, and this NOH after heating with acid converts into amide. We will see how this reaction works and what is the mechanism of this reaction. As you can see that we have oxime in starting, and this oxime has NOH group with a lone pair of electrons on the oxygen atom. And since it is acid catalyzed, we have H plus ions in reaction medium, and these H plus ions will picked up by the lone pairs of the oxygen atom. This will generate a positive charge on the oxygen, and it will form oxonium ion, which will facilitate to removal of water molecule, and this is going to generate the carbocat ion or positive charge on the carbon. This positive charge on the carbon is very important, because you see, as the water molecule is eliminating, another group is migrating from the alpha position or alpha carbon to the nitrogen. Here you see one H2O molecule is eliminating, but one phenyl group is rearranging. It is coming from one carbon to the nitrogen, so it migrates. So this is the migrating group. The group which is migrate is known as migrating group. So here phenyl is migrating. Always remember the group which is anti to the water. Since water is eliminating, so this carbon has two groups, so one methyl and one phenyl. but phenyl is anti to the water. Water is this side and phenyl is this side. This anti group will always be migrate. So once this group will migrate, this generate a carbocation, and this very readily will attacked by the water and leading to the hydrolysis, and this will generate a amide. So this is the well accepted mechanism of Beckmann rearrangement. So you can learn that Beckmann rearrangement start from oxime, leads to the removal of water, migration of migrating group, then attack of water with the hydrolysis generate amide. How this reaction is important, you can see it has this very big application of this reaction is in the synthesis of caprolactam. As you all know that caprolactam is a monomer of nylon, which is very important polymer for in fabric industry. So how caprolactam is synthesized? Most of the time you can be asked in your examination the synthesis of caprolactam, or how caprolactam can be obtained in laboratory, or how Beckmann rearrangement can be applied to for the synthesis of caprolactam. Just you start from cyclohexanone, as I shown earlier. Cyclohexanone will very readily react with hydroxylamine. You see, either is the ketone group, this will react with hydroxylamine and it will generate a oxime functionality on the cyclohexane ring, and this again will react in the Beckmann rearrangement condition, or in presence of acid it will rearrange and the ring size will expand to form the lactam ring. This ring is known as lactam ring and this compound is known as caprolactam. So synthesis of caprolactam is very important application of Beckmann rearrangement. Here is another outcome of the oxime of cyclohexanone. If we have the cyclohexanone oxime and it reacts with acid, it also can form the aniline product by aromatization reaction. This reaction has also been observed during the Beckmann rearrangement reaction conditions, and these reactions was known as Wolff aromatization or Samuel-Wolff reaction. This is the mechanism of this unwanted reaction. You can see if we have the oxime, it reacts with acid, and once the water eliminated, it undergoes a proton shift which leads to the aromatization and we get the product aniline. This is although does not in your syllabus, just for your information, you should know that it can give you aniline. And this was all about the Beckmann rearrangement reaction. This is very important, so learn it and prepare for your examination. Now, thank you very much. In next video we will cover other reaction. Thank you.